Hey loves, welcome back to Sometimes I Love You More. Today I'm sharing our sick and tired moment when we decided to become debt free. So first off, I want to just get into a little bit of backstory. So me and my husband got married in 2010. At that time, I was around about 18, 19 years old, and I had a decent local government job, making pretty good money for my first full-time job. So I did not save a dime. I was spending carelessly on anything and everything, and I think it was once I got my W-2 the next year, I was telling her how much I made total, and she was like, wow, well, what do you have to show for it? Where did all your money go? And I was like, wow, I don't know where my money went, but I don't have a penny to show for it. I was renting. I did have a car at the time, but I didn't own anything spectacular, so that kind of made me think, but it obviously didn't resonate enough because nothing stuck with me to save money from then on out. My husband was also in the Marines at the time, and he deployed right after our marriage. He was also carelessly spending, making very good money during his deployment, and he didn't come back with a dime. He brought back Prada sunglasses and pants and things like that, but he really had nothing to show for it in the end. I also remember during that time that I went Black Friday shopping, and I spent around about $1,000 on myself and my husband, not even including gifts for other people that I needed for Christmas. So I was just really blowing all my money on pointless things. So fast forward to 2012. My husband had deployed again, and this time he actually saved every penny of it. He came back with, I think he had around about $22,000 in the bank account. I was in another local government job and making really good money. There was also plenty of overtime, so I was pretty much paying for all the expenses here at home that I had and anything else I wanted to spend money on, honestly. But that way we would keep all of his paycheck in the bank and not spend any of it. So once he got back, we made the first good money decision pretty much in our whole marriage, and that was to take some of the money he made during his deployment and pay off my car, which was $15,000 left owed, and it hurt. It hurt so bad to see that money go. I mean, you're spending it on something you already have, and it's an older car. It really hurt, but I'm so happy we did it in the end because my husband came back and he was looking to get a truck, and we did not want 2 car payments. Unfortunately though, that was where our good decisions ended, and we didn't make any other real adjustments in our life past that. So in the beginning of 2014, my husband decided to get out of the Marine Corps, and we weren't sure where we were going to end up. So I decided to go back to school, and hopefully it would further my chances of getting a good job wherever we ended up moving to. So at that time, we technically had enough money to live off of on his check since he got BAH from the military, but we struggled to stay afloat considering we didn't change our lifestyle at all, dropping down to one income. So at that time, we began having to live off of our Discover credit card for times that our paycheck didn't last until the next one. After a couple months, we realized that we needed a little bit of extra income coming in, so I began a part-time job at Forever 21, which at first it was really nice. I was getting a lot of hours when the store first opened up. However, there were so many people that worked there. It was like over time you got maybe 2-3 days a week, and it really didn't end up helping much. So we then looked into moving to a cheaper home so our rent would be much lower and we'd have a little bit more wiggle room. At the end of 2015, I got my associates and my husband EOS, so we both began looking for jobs. He actually landed his dream job in a town that was about an hour away, and I ended up luckily getting hired back from my last employer. The downside was that it was an hour away, so we were spending $400 a week in gas, as I mentioned in my 5 Ways to Save Big video. So we realized very quickly that we were going to have to move to town. Once we moved, we were right in town, so we saved a ton in gas. But for some reason, our bills were still ridiculously high, all the loans we had out and credit card payments. So we really still had no money. And it was really killing me because I was working overtime all the time, and sometimes with that overtime on my check, I could be around $400 on one check bi-weekly. So there was really no excuse for me to be killing myself working that hard, 12-hour shifts, and not have anything to show for it. One night when I was at work, I began looking up money-saving tips on Pinterest, and I began seeing stuff about the debt-free community and Dave Ramsey. And these were concepts that I had never heard of before. I just assumed that you literally owed someone money until you died, and then potentially your family owed money after you were dead to those same people. But this was the moment that my eyes were truly opened, and I realized that I wouldn't have to have any more money arguments, and we could have freedom to not live from paycheck to paycheck. And the decision to start the debt-free journey has really impacted my life in so many positive ways. Yes, there are going to be sacrifices that you'll have to make, but I would never go back to how it was before. So ultimately, I decided I didn't want to work myself to death. I was tired of not having money to buy things I wanted, like a new shirt or necklace or whatever. But yes, I'm so glad that I found out about Dave Ramsey and the debt-free community. Even though I don't follow him 100%, that video will be coming up soon so I can tell you our method of paying off debt. So if you're considering to make the change, no matter how old you are and no matter how much you owe, it's never too late to make the change. It's not going to be easy, but it'll definitely be worth it. If you're considering starting your debt-free journey, or if you're already debt-free, I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. And if you like this video, please like it down below, as well as subscribe so that you'll see more videos like this from me. Also hit the notification bell so they'll let you know when I do post videos. But until next time, bye y'all.